The nations of the world lived peacefully in coexistence. However, this harmony among the nations did not last long. It all started from the Italian unification.
When Napoleon became the dominant power over Europe, he had yet to conquer Italy. So in 1796, he invaded Italy. However, his reign over Italy was short-lived when he was defeated at the Battle of the Waterloo on June 18, 1815.
Not only did Napoleon lose Italy, but he lost control over all of Europe, leaving Europe in a state of chaos and confusion. So the rest of the leaders of the other countries in Europe, like Austria, Russia, Prussia, and Germany, convened to make the Congress of Vienna to help restore the balance of power that Napoleon destroyed.
The Congress of Vienna was headed by Clemens von Metternich.
In this meeting, each country got a little piece of something to make up for the damage that Napoleon did to their countries during his reign.
So from this, Austria managed to have complete control over Italy. With this power, they restored the old monarchs to power.
However, Austria's meddling in Italy's affairs frustrated and angered Italian nationalists and liberals.
They believed that Italy should be ruled by the Italians, not the Austrians or any other foreign power.
This led to the new goal for Italian nationalists and liberals, the unification of all of Italy. However, this would not be easy for Italians because this required revolution. And with these revolutions, they were not organized, unified, or well enough for Italy to immediately be unified. It would take a series of revolts between 1815 and 1870 for Italy to finally be united. Some revolutions were small, however, some were very important.
To begin, in 1831, Mazzini, an Italian nationalist, established the Young Italy. The Young Italy was important because it was a nationalist group that advocated for the unification of Italy. They were also Italy's first real political party.
The Young Italy was described, in Mazzini's words, as a brotherhood with the intention to remake Italy as one independent nation of equals. These groups were involved in multiple attempts to unify Italy by planning an uprising in Naples, organizing a mutiny in the Piedmont army, and causing a rising in Savoy. Mazzini was very important towards the Italian unification because he campaigned endlessly to the Italian people to support the idea of a democratic self-governing state of Italy.
However, his ideals were so radical, most people in Italy did not understand his ideals. The miscommunication between the peasants and Mazzini caused a disconnect between him and the Italian people.
Also in 1831, there was a liberal revolt known as the February Revolution in France.
This is important because this revolution triggered revolts and reformed in both Italian and German unification. In fact, on March 13, 1831, there were riots in Vienna that managed to force Metternich to flee. However, since the revolutionary government was so ineffective in ruling, this revolution faded.
Now, the Italian Revolution was a long process. By December 1852, Tuscany, Parma, and Modena, and other Italian states were added to the central provinces of Italy. At this point, they were seeking annexation by Sardinia. By March 20, 1860, Sardinia is annexed to Italy when they gave Nice and Savoy to the French. This only made 4 states remaining in Italy that hasn't been united yet. These states were Venetia, the Papal States, Piedmont, Sardinia, and the 2 Sicilies. During this, Mazzini worked with another revolutionary, Garibaldi, to unify Italy under the name of the king, Victor Emmanuel II. Garibaldi is known for leading the Red Shirts in Italy, which was the group that eventually pushed and fought for unification.
Victor Emmanuel II was the king of Sardinia and was known for approving the idea of unifying Italy. So in 1861, when Italy was finally proclaimed unified with the addition of Rome, he was declared as the king of Italy.
Now, while Italy was going through their own revolution, Germany was going through their own revolution to unify with either Austria or Prussia.
German unification can be seen as sparks from the February French Revolution.
This is because there were many riots that occurred in minor German states. Austria and Prussia tried to suppress these riots, but Austria was too busy with their own revolutions with Italy and Vienna, where the fall of Metternich occurred. Prussia, however, suppressed the revolutions since Germany's revolutions, similar to Italy's revolutions, were isolated and disorganized. There was unity in these revolutions, causing the unification to be difficult.
Later in May 1949, the Frankfurt Assembly convened about the German unification. This greatly pleased German liberals who advocated for suffrage and equality. But more importantly, on this day, the German National Assembly was formed.
The German National Assembly is also known as the SPD. In the SPD, they had a lot of delegates from the middle class and was known for the universal suffrage. In the SPD, they debated on which nation should join Germany for unification. Their two choices were between Austria and Prussia.
If Germany joined Austria, they would have a Großdeutschland, also known as Big Germany. If Germany joined Prussia, they would have a Kleindeutschland, also known as Small Germany.
Now, Prussia was highly interested in aiding Germany in unification. That's why there were at least 3 major wars that Prussia aided Germany into unifying Germany. These 3 wars were known as the Danish War in 1864, the Austro-Prussian War in 1866, and the Franco-Prussian War in 1871. The Danish War allowed Prussia to get Schleswig and later Holstein when they swiped it from Austria during the Austro-Prussian War.
The Franco-Prussian War was the last step to German unification when Alsace-Lorraine was taken from France.
Now, after the unification of Germany and Italy, there was the world's First World War.
The First World War sparked when Franz Ferdinand, the heir of the Austrian throne, was assassinated on June 28, 1914. His assassination is also known as the Sarajevo Crisis of 1914.
Franz Ferdinand was assassinated by a Serbian terrorist group called the Black Hand. Following the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, Austria sent a blank check to Germany before presenting the Austrian ultimatum to Serbia.
Check was Austria's way to check if Germany would back them up if they were to take action, which Germany did. The Austrian ultimatum was Austria's ultimatum to Serbia, demanding to be let into the investigation of Franz Ferdinand's death or they would go to war.
However, due to the lack of compromise between the European countries, World War I broke up, causing one of the bloodiest battles in history, the Battle of the Somme. The point of view of the Europeans during these times changed different people's views of history during these times.
The beginning of World War I, both the Allies and the Central Powers saw this war as a short war, and during this time, countries like Germany and Austria saw the Allies as being unreasonable.
While the Allies saw them as being uncooperative, this caused the Europeans' point of World War I to be viewed either as nationalistic or a way to keep the balance of powers in check. This concludes European History Volume 2.